Broccoli is a sad food, just saying.
Hello, everyone,
It
and
is
welcome
a
to
sad
Holy
food.
Rollerz, Descent into Avernus, the D&D show about a divine fellowship of clerics and paladins that descended into the hells to rescue the city of Elturel. This is our Chainbreakers party, and let's introduce our cast, starting with Lulu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maple. It's nice to meet you all on Twitch, at least. Today I'm playing Lavender, the paladin scion of Vahara. Hopefully, she is. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air at the moment. But now level 8. How exciting.
Good. Do you want to tell everybody what you picked for level 8?
I picked a divine challenge related feat, and the only phrase that's coming to mind right now is bitter pill, and that is definitely not the name of the challenge. It means that if you fail my divine challenge, you're also slowed.
Very nice. Hello, I am Sage of Sorcery, also known as Matt. I play Sister Faudever, who is the paladin healer of Bestera, the goddess of healing and protection. And for my level 8 feat, I picked heat adaptation. So now I have poison adaptation and heat adaptation, which means she has resistance to poison, resistance to fire, resistance to necrotic, and resistance to radiance. And we're going for cold next, I think, or maybe we're taking Lulu's feat. I'm not sure, one of the two. So,
Which means every monster will be dealing acid damage. You're on out.
I'm sure. Just give me. I'll get a belt.
Oh, that's metagaming, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, were we level 8?
You're level 7. The rest of us
I
are
was
level
about
8.
to say.
Yeah.
Rude.
I know.
Jeff.
That's okay.
All right. I am Jeff. I play Gizik, the sometimes reluctant servant of Sigrun, the great and powerful mistress of runes and hags and fun things.
8.
And back with us,
Is Moth, also known as Scarlet Moth on the internet, playing Aelin, tiefling warlock cleric of Vorna, the Black Cloak, lady of misfortune and of magics of all kinds, black arts, all that good stuff, tasty stuff.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Ben. I play Morokhan. He's the cleric monk of Hamina, and she is the goddess of the sun, the moon, the stars, and all those lights up in the sky.
Predictable.
The UFOs, the aliens,
Definitely.
space stations.
Absolutely.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Little green man. Yeah.
The patron saint of the X-Files.
I love that. I think all your
Go
powers
tell
from
me.
here on out should be about things that are unknown. Yeah.
So last time on our Chainbreaker stream, the priests took their group of refugees to High Hall. Lavender activated some runes on Torm's bridge, which caused her a hefty amount of damage, but it also completely consumed the devils barring the way. She then made a deal with a Cambion, promising a full answer to any question in exchange for knowledge of a secret way into the High Hall crypt. Once inside, the party met Feria, that's Feria with a PH, an acolyte who told them that the Grand Duke, Uldor Ravengard, had gone to the cemetery chapel to access the Helm of Torm's sight, an artifact he hoped to use to commune with Torm to find a way to free Elturel. While resting in the crypt, Morokhan had a strange visit from his fiancée, Madrigal, who reminded him of their upcoming nuptials. Lavender also had a visit, hers from Omaniron, demigod of Rimerancy, which is rhyming magic, and Maleferia, demigoddess of mishaps. And she's in the midst of that little crisis, coming to terms with things. She and Morokhan also shared a lovely moment where they dozed off in the warm embrace of the holy font stone. Gizik has been hearing a voice encouraging sadism and selfishness, and he's kind of liking it. Sister Faudever has become more and more sure of her ability to single-handedly take on hell. The party was awakened by Feria, who is worried that Oldar Ravengard hasn't returned. But tonight we start with Aelin. If you recall, Aelin left just before the party battled some undead ghasts. She felt compelled to follow a creature whose giant silhouette she saw in the distance. So, Aelin, you tear off through the streets of Elturel, drawn toward the figure you saw like a moth to a flame. And it's hard to keep sight of the figure, but you become aware that you're not just following by sight, but you're following by some other sense. The thing that comes to mind is the way maybe a dog would track. But it's not scent, but it's as if you were just so pulled, so compelled to follow. And you come around a corner and see, standing with her hand on her hip, a statuesque beauty wearing a sardonic smile on her ruby lips. Curved horns jut from her brow and hold back her long dark hair, and her eyes smolder with dangerous red sensuality. Large leathery wings stretch from her back, the joints of which are laced with razor-like claws, and a sinuous tail ending in a thin curved spike completes the image of demonic, not devilish, demonic beauty. She wears a revealing gown of diaphanous silk and razor-studded leather straps, and she idly toys with a glittering and sparkling scourge made of fine adamant spiked chains. As soon as you lay eyes on her, you feel your mind start to wander to thoughts that make even you blush. You feel flushed, and your adrenaline starts pumping. You, out of your peripheral vision, you see there are a pair of closets in an alleyway doing something that they should probably only be doing behind closed doors. Would you make a religion check?
I suppose I can do that.
Does Marvin Gaye start playing?
They're closets too, so it's like watching dogs. I don't know. I'm not sure.
23.
23. Okay, you recognize this creature as a demon lord. And the demon lord Malcanthet, queen of the succubi, and the patron of hedonists and those who use their charms to control and ruin those around them. You also recall that that you remember reading that Malcanthet's beauty is so perversely intense that it can drain the life from good creatures that try to touch her or attack her. So you step around there, and you're just kind of, I mean, it is as intense as being in the presence of any being you've ever seen. And she says, "Oh, I thought I smelled a precious little tiefling. What's the matter? Expecting to find daddy? Well, here I am, daughter."
Pardon?
She kind of rolls her eyes slightly, and then she just raises her hand, and she says, "Is this better?" And as she says it, her voice deepens, and her form shifts to that of a muscular, purple-skinned incubus who is every bit as beautiful as the female form. And the voice becomes a deep baritone sound, and then the demon lord says, "You see, child, I am indeed your father, but we have no need for pretense." And then poof goes back to the female form of Malcanthet.
Aelin is very taken aback and knows not to be foolish, so she's just going to take to one knee to show the respect that such a position deserves.
She just goes, "Well, what brings a mortal tiefling to Avernus?"
Business by the Divine Council and the Divine of Ienia.
Yes. Unfortunately, you reek of the divine. Sad, really, that one with such potential would waste it on slaving for some God. And she even like there's this gagging reflex when she even says the word God. Perhaps you would like to remedy that. I could unlock such power in you. A pact with me as your father would make so much more of your abyssal blood. Imagine watching your enemies scream in pleasure as you snuff their little lives out. Imagine your very gaze turning others into loyal thralls. What say you, daughter? Would you turn aside from your little deity?
How can I be certain that you are indeed my sire?
Okay. She looks like genuinely irritated that you would suggest that she would lie. And you know that moment when Bilbo says to Gandalf that he's trying to take the ring and Gandalf gets all like big and mighty and in his face?
Yep.
You have that happen and you actually feel yourself wet yourself just a little bit. It is, and she says, feel it, and you actually look down and you can see veins in your arm start to pulse, and you can feel it's the sensation is like your blood inside you is boiling, and then she says, now feel this, and you feel yourself go into this moment of shameful ecstasy, that when you finally snap back out of it, she says, now I could do that to just anyone. But do you feel our connection now, daughter?
Well, this certainly was not the family reunion I expected.
She full on said, I'm a demon lord. How dare you accuse me of lying?
Well,
I'm a demon lord. How dare you? Like,
I'm not a devil. I don't make foolish deals with just anyone. This is a special occasion because my blood is in yours. So, come now. This whole situation you have yourself in right now doesn't suit you. Wouldn't you like to feel true power of the abyss, not that distant, oh, send me 20 prayers a day kind of nonsense that the gods always ask for? Sacrifice this, give of this, pay me tribute. I will ask for nothing.
Daddy's offering to pay his student debt now.
Truly, you would ask for nothing. I suppose that's you, or rather we, are of the abyssal persuasion and not the law-tied devils.
I don't need your prayers to maintain my power. I don't even need your deference. And she smiles again at your bended knee.
Perhaps call it not deference, but rather acknowledgement of my own mortality in the face of such power.
Oh, flattery. Well,
Flattery, no. Truth. I know my own boundaries. I'd rather not be torn asunder.
will you rip that black cloak from off your shoulders, cast it aside, and accept my humble offer?
Can I feel anything from Fauna right now?
No. In fact, you are, you reach for her power almost like you don't know that you could even channel divinity in the presence of Malcantha. Not by yourself anyway. And by the way, you notice that some other devils have wandered into the area, and some one's like really getting busy against a a street lamp, and they're all just kind of like it is. The scene is becoming quite embarrassing.
This is the Rocky Horror Picture Show everywhere. It's like
There's
And
just
she-
like
Some little
clothes
imp is going to
strewn
start
about.
throwing fish. Like,
yeah, toast.
Someone's like, I can't smell the fish.
What power is it that you offer me?
She says, "Oh, come now, you know the powers of a succubus. I told you I can give you the power to make anyone your thrall. I can teach you. I don't even have to teach you. All I have to do is dispel the divinity from you and let your abyssal blood be fully charged. It'll likely be slightly overwhelming at first, but you'll love it."
Almost childlike, she responds, wings?
Why not? I'll give you wings. Will that make you happy?
Well, I used to see some of the illustrations in textbooks back in the village. They were supposed to scare us, but rather, I found them fascinating. Do I get a sense that she would destroy me on sight if I refuse?
No, in fact, you get the impression that she's, I wouldn't say ambivalent. It's not that she doesn't have a vested interest, but she is gauging your reactions, and you think that she's probably reading your thoughts as well. If she's not, she is so in touch with emotional and physical responses that you would, let's just say you would be, any bluff check would be at greater disadvantage, like a lot, with other penalties besides. She's just reading you like an own book. She
Would it be
doesn't,
the greatest disadvantage?
yeah. So she's kind of, but she doesn't look like she's, like when you look at her, she's not showing any sign of like anticipation. She's just very casual in her waiting for your response.
I suppose Aelin feels that there isn't really much choice for her here. Very well. I accept your generous offer.
And you denounce your deity from now until forever?
Forever is a long time.
You can't play both sides.
Why not?
And why not? Why not?
Oh, the gods and their silly rules. You know, you have to go up or down. You have to go somewhere when this whole mortality ends. So you can come to me and live eternally as with all of the powers of a succubus, of a true daughter of Malcanthit. Or you can be, I don't know, strumming some harp or whatever little angelic beings do when they go to their gods. You also notice that around her, in an extending aura, there are flowers that are blooming, but they're not pretty. Okay, it's sort of like this hellscape is being rejuvenated, but not in a healthy way, but in a gaudy, embellished, strange way, as if like the things look softer and more like you're seeing things through a drunk person's eyes or through rose-colored glasses, so to
Through a
speak.
haze almost.
Yeah.
The flowers are plastic.
Like, well, even as you see the closets start to look not hideous. I won't say attractive, but they take on an appearance that's almost cherubic as opposed to, being filthy fiends.
Fine. If everyone keeps seeing me as the monster that they so dearly wish me to be, then I may as well play the part.
And how will this affect your little gallivanting through the hills?
Well,
Because I'm sure that one who worships, who has denounced her deity, can't serve on this little fellowship you mentioned.
that is why I perhaps propose to you a plan. I keep the Black Cloak, keep pretense of some connection to Lady Blackcloak. And should you wish, serve as your eyes and ears upon the council and upon the mortal plane.
You really are my daughter. Well, I don't know that you can pull it off, dear, but I'm just thrilled to try and see what you come up with. So here's what we're gonna do. And she actually cuts herself just a little bit, and she starts to just swirl the blood on her own wrist, and you feel it's as if the blood in your body is swirling inside you, and you actually see through your eyes look like they're looking through flame for a moment, and then everything settles back down, and you feel a soreness in your back, and as you look back there, you see that the from underneath the cloak is a pair of bat wings, and they aren't huge, but they're big enough that she looks at you and says, "Go on, give it a try," and you can feel pretty, like, as well as you can move your hands and legs. You're in very much control of those things.
She extends them one way and the other, flexing them.
She says, "It'll take some time before you get some real height, my dear, but for now, you should be able to get around. And one more thing." And she looks at your rod. You carry a rod, correct? Your little
Yes.
rod.
The iron
And
scar rod.
she says, "Put that away. It's just so drab. What are you, a thug? You don't go around hitting people with bats." And she whips her own tail around her and starts to run her finger down her tail. And as she does, it's as if sparkling energy comes off of her tail and forms into a razor-lined whip. And it coils around her wrist, and then she holds it out, and it transfers from her wrist to around your wrist. And you feel that as the whip coils around yours, kind of dangling slightly, you feel a rush of power holding the whip. And I will tell you, it as far as attunement, you feel perfectly attuned to this thing, to the point where you know exactly how to use it. And I'll send this. So DM moment, I'll send this to you so you can see what it looks like. But it, like, you think of the names of some of its powers are shuddering delight, seductive gaze, and intoxicating poison. It's gonna give you a little aura, a tempter's aura. So I'll be shooting that over to you. But if she hands this to you, and she says, "Well, I'm gonna be watching you, child, but I think you better run along." one of your little friends has just made a deal with a Cambion. That can't be good.
Which one? Was it the Dragonborn? Was it the hag?
I don't know. All mortals with tieflings disinterest me. But I think this little playing both sides thing, we'll see how that goes. But I will tell you, there will come a time when you won't be able to play both. Just remember, it's always the blood that wins. And then she blows you a kiss, and you're left with your head spinning so much that everything just goes black. When you wake up, you aren't sure how much time has passed, but you actually feel rested. So enough time, and the landscape is back to normal. You don't see any sign that she was there, but you do see a swirling line of pinkish sparkles trailing in front of you toward the east of Elturel,
Your
in
dad
the
sent you
direction
to
of your
bed.
friend. Yeah, your dad's taking a bed. That's right.
Thanks, Dad. You make the best presents.
She will pick herself up off the ground, and before she starts following that trail, she'll take out her iron scarf rod and look at it. And then just drop it to the ground and stamp on it. And she'll make her way off following this trail, which she assumes will lead her to one of her companions.
Yeah. Alrighty. So everyone else, Feria has just ushered you through another secret passage up some stairs, and you exit the passage into a mausoleum.
Do we get a sick feeling in our stomachs, like something
yes.
just happened?
Well,
like,
no,
we don't know. Like,
you don't actually feel anything from her, but when you walk into this mausoleum, you feel like you've walked into an overheated sauna. It is it's not just hot, but it's kind of like that. You can't take a good breath of air. And I need you all to make an endurance check. The DC is 18.
Not me
Okay.
yet, though.
not trained. That's a Constitution power. Crap.
I 110%.
13.
Woo! Okay. Dirty 20.
Endurance check?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
I rolled a 7. I think Gizik's poor leadership is weighing on her, and so she just Sister Fodver is overcome. I choose to blame Aylin's deal for this somewhere, somehow. It's not...
I rolled an 8, and I add to that 8.
So
Nothing?
16. You were very close, but sorry, not quite. No, actually,
I blame Aylin too.
all of you, including Morocon, you start to have flashbacks of horrific scenes that since you've been in Avernus. You see that corpse being eaten by the gas. You see all these things, but the memories seem more real than usual, and you feel like a visceral, sickening feeling as you recall. Morocon is the only one who's able to shake it off, and he actually, because he's so many times he's seen his visions, he accepts this as just this is just like a vision. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's there, but he's able to set it aside. The rest of you become so consumed in it that you're left with just this horror and despair and hopelessness. And you're all at a -2 to your ability and skill checks, including initiative.
That's
And
great.
just to be clear, I'm not there yet, am I?
Nope.
It's like,
Love that.
woohoo! Yeah, that's awesome. So that's a -2 to ability and skill checks and initiative only, not to attack.
Yeah, not to attack. Attack, your adrenaline's gonna be pumping. You're going right there. It's more that you're feeling like take athletics. You're feeling like I just don't have enough in me to jump that high, quite that high. or whatever you're
But
doing.
I've
You're just,
always got enough energy to stab someone.
well,
I understand. I get it. Yeah.
yeah, it's that sort of you're having a depression moment, and what does that look like for?
When are we not,
you?
though?
I know we
Welcome
are now.
to me.
This is worse.
Look-
Like this is contemplate a little cutting action kind of going on. Sister
Oh,
Fadaver.
geez. Okay. So Sister Fadaver pulls at her habit, which of course, clutches right up under her chin, and she goes, "It is a little hot in here, isn't it?" And
Lavender
she-
like puts her hands. She's like, no. Don't let any man get in there.
I never will, dear. She just looks at you and she smiles and says, "I never will, dear.
That's good.
My chastity protects me. You should try it."
Oh boy.
I forgot to mention something. So, Lavender, you actually make that endurance check with advantage. So you need to
Oh.
roll another die. Let's see if
Okay.
you still fail.
I do, because I rolled a 3.
Okay. Well,
Me
you
too.
still fail,
It's
but you
about
don't
to
fail
be-
quite as badly.
It's about to be Sister Fadaver, an immovable object coming up against Aelin, an unstoppable force.
Oh, yeah, the succubus versus the queen of chastity. Like, yeah, if Sister Fadaver ever descends to the gods, she will be the saint of chastity. That'll be her.
The rest of the party just gonna be there, like, you guys okay? Like,
Yeah,
we can keep our clothes on. It's all right.
and we're fine.
I'm good.
So, Gizik, what does your hopelessness look like?
I'm just sitting here wallowing in memories of my childhood. Remembering
He
times
more or
with
less
my
looks
mother.
the same.
Yeah.
His head hangs a little bit lower now.
No, he actually looks a little bit better because compared to all of us, it's like, oh no, he's not that bad.
Sitting here thinking about all the things that go wrong while I'm supposed to be somewhat in charge.
Yes, you are suffering an abject failure. All right, so you managed to muster up enough energy to exit the mausoleum. You see a graveyard that looks like a mess. There are dozens of graves that have been disturbed, leaving ripped up coffins and upturned earth. But there are no undead creatures in sight. About 40 feet from the mausoleum is a chapel.
I'm gonna detect evil. Just send my aura out the full 30. It's 30 feet or 60 feet.
I don't know. Let's see. I think
Well, you're in
it's
hell, so I'm guessing you're going to detect a lot.
I think it's 5 squares.
Yeah, I think
So I
so.
think
too.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like having a good day.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Maybe this is a really nice corner of hell. There used to be a lot
No.
of them on
This is the
Avernus.
upper levels of hell, you know.
Yeah.
They make fresh bread here.
You do not detect evil, and in fact, it's kind of like one of those zombie movies where the person walks out and there's like nothing. There's no sound of air movement or a bug. You can if you really strain your ears, you think you might hear the battle below El Terrell, but that could just be in your mind. It could just be you're trying to hear something because there's nothing in this graveyard.
Let me back up. We left the high hall, the chapel, right? We left
We
the
were-
high hall through a secret passage, and that's how we got here.
Yeah, we weren't in the chapel. We were in catacombs
Hmm.
that led us up under the graveyard into a mausoleum. That's part of that graveyard, and then there's the cemetery itself has a chapel. That's where we're headed.
Hmm.
Um,
And we're headed there because we're looking for the Duke of Baldur's Gate, right?
Yep. The Duke, who's Uldar Ravengard, who was in El Terrell when it fell.
And
He's
he hasn't come
supposedly-
back.
No, he supposedly is after a helm, the helm of Torm's sight, that would allow him to. He's hoping commune with the god Torm to discover a way to free El Terrell.
So were we given any like visual description of this guy, of what he looks like, of who we're looking for?
Just someone
Or this
wearing
helmet.
a religious helmet. Like,
No, she didn't like pull out a wanted ad or something. It was just, a knightly looking figure.
We're
but
just
he
gonna wonder,
left
be like, Dukey, are you here?
Yeah.
Come on, boy.
If Morocon asks that, Sister Fadaver turns to him and goes, "Oh, don't worry, dear. I'm sure we'll be able to find him. Dukes have a certain appearance. I mean, I imagine he'll look very dukely. Dukish? Duked.
You know, I kind of feel like that was a question our leader could have brought up, but that's okay.
Right. Sister Fadaver looks at Gizik and does the Marge Simpson.
Lavender joins in. It's mutual disapproval.
Everything falls silent.
You've been judged by two paladins.
Divine challenge, let's go.
There we go.
Morocon farts when everything is silent again.
Oh, gee, come on, man.
Just trying to
We just left the
keep
sauna.
quiet.
Hey, gotta break the tension.
Did you guys want to go to the chapel, or are you gonna sit here and fart?
Well, I'm not even sure.
I thought we were.
Do we recognize what a
walking
dragonborn
there.
fart sounds like, or do we think he just like coughed? I mean, like,
Just acid like entered the air.
do we even know what happened, or like, are you okay? Like,
It sounds like cicadas.
okay.
Yeah, I thought we were just walking and doing this at the same time. So
So
Mm.
you
I
guys
move
all have
faster towards the chapel.
the chapel
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
So this is the door at the
The
top.
Maple.
So as you come through the main door, you see the smashed remnants of fine furniture, and the remains of stained glass windows are strewn across the floor. There are some sections of one huge stained glass window that are intact, enough so that its subject can still be made out. The window shows a beautiful young adult man dressed in white, standing amid fallen soldiers. His hands are held aloft as the spirits of the dead rise gloriously to stand at his side. And when I say the spirits that, I don't mean like I'm a necromancer. I mean like rise up and be and to your eternal salvation or whatever. You can make a religion check to see if you might recognize that.
At a minus
that sounds
2.
like a lavender thing.
I got a 15.
Don't even
19.
talk to me.
Okay, so
7.
all right, so Morocon and Sister Fadaver both see this guy, and then a name pops into your head, and it's not the name Lathander, and you're not sure why that name pops into your head, because you're kind of like, I don't remember there being a Lathander in Eonia, but it's the name that pops into your head.
Sister Fadaver looks around at the chapel in its ruins, even though there's that one stained glass that's in place. And she looks around and she goes, "It's just so sad because Bestera's chapels are built so much sturdier. I think there was minimal damage when Horta fell into Avernus, but I can see that there's been quite a bit of structural damage here. Poor Lathander. If he only knew how negligent his priests were. But that's all right. We're here to set an example for them."
So to the right, you see there's a wall with an opening that is covered by a large velvet curtain.
She doesn't get hit by lightning or anything, does she? little shaft of sunlight come down. Evelyn's axe, something like.
I say, does Morocon feel any sort of kinship or anything to Lathander?
No, it's that same. It's the curious feeling of why do I even know that name, and why do I feel like there's goodness there? I mean, yeah, he's depicted as good, but you're kind of it amounts to inspiration. You just feel like it's this. The name comes to you, and you feel like the scene here is so sad, because if you have a chapel to Lathander and an empty graveyard, which probably means that someone's either disturbed the dead or we've got a bunch of undead things walking around, you imagine that Lathander would be quite horrified at what has happened to his chapel here.
Much like any one of us normally would feel horrified of what's just happened. Okay. Well, I suppose should be grateful at least one window hasn't been shattered. Does Gizik resist the urge to pick up a rock and throw it at the window?
Sister Faudever turns to Gizik and she says, well, Mr. Gizik, I don't see him here. So where to? Lead the way.
I'm contemplating that rock, but so if we don't see anybody in the chapel, I mean, there's a lot more to this chapel, right? We're just standing in the entrance.
Correct.
Let's go in a little deeper. Let's take a look around, see if he's somewhere else in here.
Okay.
You want to walk around the circular room or through that curtain?
Might as well peek through the curtain, see what's on the other side.
Well, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. So who's
okay, Senor Oz.
So here's what you see. You pull back that curtain, and standing in square N12, N is in Nancy 12, you see a man.
A man.
Yes, with his back is to you, so he's facing that wall. On the wall is a tiered table with candles, and he appears to be lighting them. He's dressed in a colorful tunic. You can see that he has rich black hair that is normally tied back, but it looks unkempt. And his normally coffee-colored skin appears faded and dull. And when he turns to face you, you see that his eyes are red, like unnaturally, not like, oh, I've got a tint of something, but like they're glowing. Around his neck is a large golden holy symbol depicting a sun.
A little bit of
rising
Visine will clear that right up.
Yes. A lot of Visine.
We found a vampire who worships the sun.
Oh, that would be creepy.
Yeah, there's so.
Yeah.
It's
a vampire.
He doesn't look. There are no fangs and there's no sign of blood on him. And he has a holy symbol that is depicting a dawn, like sun rising over rolling hills. And he turns and he says, "More of you? Perhaps you are the reason so many demons find this place. I would like to." And he is cut off as the other curtain across the way, the one at about M16, is ripped completely off the baluster, the rod or whatever. And there are a whole group of demonic creatures that go charging in. They have bulbous bodies, long, gaunt limbs, and their rubbery skin is like a sickly green color. Their ears are pointed and droopy, and their noses look squashed. And they snarl and slobber madly and charge.
This is any chapel service I'm aware of.
They charge like this is what we get for not putting anything in the pour box on the way in. Like,
so,
jeez, guys.
My gosh, thanks MoralCon for being so cheap with donations.
Jeez,
like,
so where are you all in relation to this? These demons.
Behind Gizik.
Behind Gizik.
Okay,
Next to sister.
I'm gonna say Gizik was the one that opened the curtain, so I think he's gonna be the one in front, right?
Look at Gizik maybe in H10.
Yeah,
okay,
that sounds good.
Okay, and so that's where he is. Where does everybody else want to be in relation to him?
I'll be in 9H.
Okay.
I'll be in I9. 9I.
Okay.
I'll be in H10. Are those stairs?
Correct.
I thought Gizik was in H10.
H10, yeah. So apparently MoralCon is getting
G10.
Gizik. Okay.
G10.
No, I like that image. Open the curtain, Gizik.
Look what Aelin is inspiring already. There is square
Gizik.
Sharing going on here.
Don't pin your bad life decisions on me.
Yeah, there we go.
My feet are real sore, Gizik. Can you give me a piggyback ride?
Gosh.
Okay. So.
Sorry, where is Marco?
G10.
Okay, yeah.
G10. So those are stairs, right? Do they go up or do they go down from where I'm at?
They go up.
Okay.
Can we make a knowledge religion check to or a knowledge what is demon kind?
Their religion as well.
Can
They're
we make a
fiend.
knowledge religion check to see if we can identify what kind of fiends they are?
Yep.
I rolled a 17, and I'm proficient in religion.
I got a 23.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
Tell me how to murder these guys.
Gizik, you want to roll?
I have a 6.
Oh, okay. So Gizik thinks they're some sort of green hell pig. He's just thinking that maybe you could get some good bacon off of those things. Everybody else looks at it and sees that's a dretch. They're dretches, but dretches are kind of like one of the least of demon kind. These look strangely larger, as if they've been like the dretch on steroids kind of thing.
They're juicing.
They're
No.
juicing, yeah. So they
all those multivitamins.
well, all them people they've
I
been
don't want to
eating.
be a dretch anymore.
So there are 3 that you can see in L15, L16, and M15, and there are more behind those 3.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So let's have some initiative.
All right.
At
At a
this
minus
point, how
2.
close am I to them?
You will actually arrive at the chapel. You'll be in about C5 at the start of round 2.
I rolled a natural 1 minus 2.
What's your plus?
You have an initiative bonus. It's right above your hit points.
It's right above my hit points.
It's above your healing surges on your fancy new character sheet that I spent hours making you, that you I'm sure have right in front of you. No guilt in time.
It is right in front of me. I genuinely can't see it.
I believe you.
No, I do.
It's above the healing surge. It's above experience. It's right above the experience
plus
bar.
4.
There you go.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem.
Me, everyone, for breaking your immersion. It's a 3 total.
3.
I just realized I'm going to need a new character sheet.
I sent you one in the
Guys,
email. Yeah, it's in the email.
For this scenario?
Oh. Well, I don't know.
You'll just have to see what happens when you try to use your divine powers.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
almost like no one expected you to ditch your god.
Okay.
Wow. There's certainly no precedent of Australians going, you know what? You sound fun. Why not?
Well, Sister Fodavera rolled a lovely 8, so she'll be going just before Lavender.
How about Morocon?
25.
25. And Gizik?
19.
And Aelin for round 2?
For round 2, I'm guessing at least my initiative would be the same, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I can't find where my... Oh, there it is. 16.
What about
Did
evil?
you overtake me on the way to the fight?
The demons got a 22.
Okay.
And the priest got a 15.
Now, are they charging to attack him, or are they charging Gizik?
They are coming in. You'll see where they go once they take their turn. Right now, they come in, and all they've had time to do is just take stock of who's in the room.
All right. Well, I'm sure that's not going to change Moralcon's turn. Get him, Moralcon. Get him. Be the tank.
Morocon, you're up.
Yeah, so I'm going to saunter on up to K14 so that I'm right next to that little ugly dude.
Okay. As you get next to them, I need to let you know. The smell is so bad. It's so horrendous. You you feel yourself losing the breakfast you didn't have. It is so awful. It's bad enough that you feel like if you take actions, like as you try to exert effort, it's actually going to cause you pain. You'll be in physical pain.
It's the roids, man. It's the roids. Like they're sweating it out.
So right now you're only in one Dretch's aura. So yeah,
Okay.
Go for it. What do you want to do?
As I'm charging towards these guys, I'm gathering as much sunlight in my claw as I can. And the closer I get, I'm just taking like a deep breath, like I'm ready to strike, and I'm like and I'm just gonna muscle through it, and I'm going to throw a big haymaker at this guy right next to me. So Avenging Flame.
Okay. His AC is 18.
And it is a more than enough. Okay. So I'm going to...
You take 2 points of damage.
I take 2 points of damage?
Yep.
Ugh.
I told you, any exertion, you do that, and you feel it's like a bleeding ulcer inside you is just telling you, get away from here.
Okay, so that is 13. Right, okay. That doesn't seem like very much. Okay, so it's 13 plus... Okay, so that's 21 points of damage.
Okay.
And
What kind of damage?
So I'm actually going to, remembering Madrigal's visit last night, I'm going to change my fire damage, my ongoing fire damage, to cold damage.
Okay.
So I'm gathering sunlight, and I'm throwing this big haymaker at this guy, and the light starts to dim, become blue. My fist turns basically into ice as I smash this guy.
Do you blow a kiss at your little old lady brooch as you do that? Or
Yes. he holds it out
No,
like
but
the
I'll
Joker.
pick up.
Yeah. Do we hear like some
Maybe
19...
not with that pose.
Yeah, that was...
Let's not do that
That
again.
did not look good. Do we hear any 1940s music like "Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree"? Like...
The DM is lactating, apparently.
No. Okay, so
Why does
I'll
that
just
just
pick
get
up my
worse
claw.
with time?
Just
Though,
be
like
like,
you're just like spraying milk all across these demons.
is all
like,
the damage Ben? Is all the damage cold, or is there some sort of ongoing damage?
The ongoing damage I'm changing from fire to cold damage.
Okay, so he gets covered in frost, and you would expect it to start to cling to him and cause his this rubbery skin to get brittle. And this guy kind of flexes, and you see it just the flakes right off. All of the cold just falls right off. And you're thinking,
Okay.
there's something in my demon study that might have told me this could happen. And I believe that Lavender and Sister Faudever, you rolled high enough to know that almost every demon has variable resistance, and so the first kind of damage that they take has an elemental type, like acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. They're gonna then resist that for a while.
So it's their chaotic nature means that they resist things chaotically.
Yeah. So you're pretty much sure that this first stretch is going to ignore cold damage, or a lot of cold damage, at least until he's dead or driven off.
Well, thanks.
Okay.
Now maybe he'll be vulnerable to radiant. Thanks, Morocon.
So Morocon, that was your turn. Now we get to the stretches.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. I'm gonna do my minor, and I'll
minor it up.
Burst into the blades of holy fire. So everyone within 5 squares of me gets an extra 1d6 of fire and radiant damage. So,
all right. Are you choosing to include or exclude the priest?
I'm going to choose to exclude the priest.
Okay.
He seems kind of...
Can't he make an
sketch.
insight check to see if the priest is naughty I mean, I'm assuming his red eyes were not a good sign.
Well,
he's a priest
yeah,
in hell. There's nothing good that can come from that, right?
He had a Lathander symbol.
He did have a Lathander symbol. Okay, so you choose to exclude him. All right, so it's the Dretch's turn. Okay, we're gonna start with some movement. So,
Right.
the one Dretch, I'll just tell you where they all end up. So you
Great.
can write that on your sheets. So we're gonna have a Dretch in square N12 and M12 on the priest. The one that you hit, Morocon, is going to stay right where it is in L15. Another is going to move to K15. One's going to move to L14. And the last will move to J15. So Morocon, you're not able to hold back. You are throwing up. You are in the sickening miasma of 4 of these Dretches. So any action you take, you're going to be taking some damage. And they are going to, they're going to all use their savage claws on you. So that would be 4 demons using savage claws. What's your AC, my friend?
It is 22.
22. Okay, they need 10s. So first one's a miss. They each take 2 attacks. So 3 hits, 4 hits. 4 hits. Hey, could have been 8.
It's okay. I got you, boo. Don't worry. I got you. This is my jam.
Well, this is sometimes why going first in initiative doesn't always work out. So here you go. I'm rolling this damage.
I'm melee based. I
Yes,
have to
I know.
get up in their business.
Let's see.
Rye, have we had a full rest, by the way?
Yes.
A full rest. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Because
I don't like this. Can we choose different enemies?
So 38 points of damage. So they come up. Yeah, 38. Sorry, man. So 2 of them actually, or excuse me, one of them misses. The one that's on you. Your focus is right there, and he's coming off with these claws, and you're just deflecting them left, right. But then you get swarmed with others around you, and a couple of them get in 1 hit, and one of them gets in 2 hits with these claws, and they're just tearing. There's little gold flecks of scales chipping off you. You're bleeding, and it's looking pretty ugly. They look like this is the epitome of fun for them. It's glee on their face. Even the one that was hurt, now that he's gotten to hurt or try to hurt you back, just looks really excited. The other 2 are going for the priest, and
Thanks for taking that, Morocon.
Oh my goodness!
What?
The priest. Look what I rolled on the 2 attacks. Can you see that?
Is that a double 20?
That's double 20.
Oh
That's
my
fine. I don't care about the priest.
Oh
I'm
well.
not attached.
We were planning on killing him anyway. It's like,
cheers, man.
He might have been a vampire. That's enough for us to kill him.
Let's see. His AC is 19. That's both backed up. So here goes.
Yeah, 19 for AC. He's definitely a vampire. Yeah. Whatever.
Nope, double 1s.
Ha!
So
you know what double 1s is on the dice? That's what that is.
So he does take 2 critical hits, so he's going to take 34 points of damage also. Yow. Okay, now so the demons come in, they rush. Gizik, you're up.
I will sweep my hand towards the demons and try and hit with just flying debris 3 of the demons that are near Morocon. So this is the 3 stones power.
Does that also attack me?
No, it's
Because
3
I'm
individual
there?
attacks. It's
Bye,
only going to hit
good.
them.
Okay, I guess I'm rolling a new character, guys.
Is this against reflex?
Roll up a
Yes, it
paladin.
is.
Okay, their reflex is 17.
3 paladins.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
3 paladins? I'd enjoy it.
Right, can we just get more
Too
paladins?
many paladins.
Never mind. Let's have another tiefling warlock. That
More
always
paladins
that
and
turns
a
out
succubus.
great.
So
That'll
we,
be
st-
fantastic.
Yeah.
we still all have a -2, right?
Not to attack, just to
That's okay, guys.
your
I
ability
have
checks
ideas of
and
what I'm
skill
going to
checks.
be rolling.
All right, just ability
That's
checks.
great. You might need them. I accidentally texted this picture to my wife, and she looked at the map with my updates and went, "Yikes! Who is surrounded?"
All right, so it's a 16 against L14. 15, not, yeah, and finally a 21 against K15.
Okay. Get
So
him.
one of them hit. Okay, so this will be 17 damage and dazed until the end of my next turn.
Ooh, nice.
So, as I fling the debris across the room, magically propelled, goes completely wide of 2 of them, and the third one just hits him like right on the chin. Just a big chunk of, they shouldn't have made such a mess in here.
Yeah.
Sister
Yeah.
Fadavar turns to him and goes, "Mr. Gizik, he's in danger and you're throwing rocks? Haven't you something more powerful?" Before she wades in.
So you hit him, and his icky rubbery skin just sort of it as you hit him, it kind of smashes in, almost like hitting latex or something, and it just oozes with the busted damage from your rock. And now it would be the priest's turn. Okay, the priest.
Is that the one that I attacked that he hit?
No, it's another one, the one in K15.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Wait, I'm within 5, aren't I? So I should get the extra
Oh,
D6.
Yeah, 1d6 fire and radiant.
So that's another 4 fire and radiant damage.
nice. Okay. All right. So the priest, he is going to shift 1 square back and to the left into M11, and he holds up his hands like this, and you can see they've gotten into some. He's got, I don't want to say claws, but they've elongated to the point where they're looking a little monstrous. And he looks at those 2 guys, and he holds out his hands like this, and then his eyes flare with red energy, and beams of light shoot out from him at the two dretches in front of him. He makes those attacks. He hits against both of them, and you see where it hits them, the flesh on these creatures begins to rot and flake off.
Yeah, that's not divine.
All right. No, not unless you're worshiping, I don't know, Loth or something, but that's not.
Sir, are you a priest of Loth?
All right, now it would be Sister Fadavar.
Yikes. Oh boy. Okay. So double yikes
Having
here.
fun.
Poor Moralcon is in trouble. So the first thing, where are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. You're within range. So the first thing
Just a
she
flesh
does
wound.
is she grabs her holy symbol, and she looks up to the sky and raises her hand, and she says, Holy Mother of Protection, let his burden pass to me. And then she extends her hand, and a white shield goes over Morocon. And I cast Bond of Protection, which means that every time you get hit for the rest of the encounter, I can take 5 hit points of the damage myself. You also get +2 to all your defenses for the rest of the encounter.
Whoo!
And so she flares with Holy Light. And
Does
then
that include
Morocon,
AC?
That's all your defenses, bro. All of them. So, and then she is going to come over, and I will move into square. I really don't want to be that close. I will move into square 13K.
Okay. That puts you in one of the Dretch's auras. And so
Yeah, that
now
was the plan. Just one.
Yeah.
was
And
the
you
plan.
feel yourself,
Just one with a smooch.
your stomach start to turn.
Okay. Well, that's no good. So, boogity boogity boo here. I'm going to use Paladin's Judgment on that one because it just seems like a good idea. Otherwise, Morocon is going to be in trouble. What is his AC?
Dretch's AC is 18.
18. All right, that is an 18 on the die plus 13. So he is definitely struck with Paladin's Judgment. So she comes charging up with her great sword, and she goes, "I know you're evil, and you're going straight to the abyss." And then she swings and does, that's not bad. 15 plus 7 is 22, plus 6 is 28. So he takes 28 points of damage, and Morocon, you get to spend a healing surge.
Woohoo!
Plus 6. No, excuse me, plus 9.
Okay.
And so she shouts at, slashes into this thing, and she draws energy out of this creature, and she smacks Morocon with it. Like,
Can
literally.
you add? Oh no.
Can I add? Yes. But
Did you attack
Oh,
someone?
yes.
Did you add the 1d6 from Morocon?
I did
Yes.
not. I did not. Did you use Blades of Holy Fire?
Yep.
Yes, I did.
Okay, then I do 4 more points of damage. And that is my turn.
Very nice. All right, Lavender. Last but not least.
Okay, I am gonna do Morocon, how are you looking?
I'm looking really good now that I got to spend a healing surge.
Okay, never mind. I am
Mighty
going
fine.
to use a minor action. I rolled quite high on that check to see what they were. So I'm wondering if I can use a minor action to take a piece of cloth out of my bag and cover my mouth and nose.
Sure.
And then
That'll
I'm
help.
going to move up next to the sister and do Radiant Smite.
Okay. So like L13?
Yep.
All right. So you still smell it, but it's less. Oh,
Okay.
and Matt, Sister Potibear takes 2 points of damage.
Fine.
Oops.
I have Paladin attack plus 13.
What kind of damage is it? Is it poison?
It is untyped.
Of course it is.
So 8 plus 13. Is that right?
21.
21.
That's
Thank
a
you.
hit.
That's a hit. Okay. And that's a melee attack as well. So I'm going to use Marshall's Interdiction,
Ooh.
which is a trigger with any melee attack where the target is also immobilized and marked until the end of my next turn.
Oh, nice.
That's 10 damage plus 5 damage plus 3 damage plus
Did you-
7.
And you did
so
the 1
that's
die 6?
That's so the 5 is 1d6, so that's
Okay.
8 plus
25
10,
total.
18 plus 7. Thank you.
So give me the total.
25.
25. Okay.
Unless
All
there
right.
was a number I didn't add in there. I was just adding it as you were
Oh.
going.
Sorry, yes, 2d10 plus 11, isn't it? Because I did Radiant Smite.
Yes.
So 2d10 plus 11, which is...
So you need to roll, and then I'll...
Sorry, yeah, so 10... I rolled the 2d10, which is
Okay.
13 total, plus
Okay.
5, which is 18, plus 11, which is 29.
9.
Sorry, chat.
Word.
plus your extra thing, right?
That was including the D6. Yeah, that was
Okay.
including the D6. And do I still have a minor?
You take 1 point of damage.
No, because
So
you
Oh.
covered yourself, remember?
Oh yeah,
And
that's
only
right.
only 1. So instead of the 2. So you'll take half damage from Stinkies. But
Great.
your attack comes in there, and his flesh, it's just it's like cutting through roasted pig or something. It just like slices right off him. There's demonic ichor around, and you have bloodied him, which triggers his frenzy of claws. He takes a swipe at you. He got a 25 versus AC.
Versus AC. I mean, I doubt it. Damn it. No. Yes. Okay. Sure. Fine. Whatever. He hits me.
All right, so you take 10 points of damage as he hits you back.
But
You
he's
bloody him.
immobilized.
He is, but his hands still work.
He's stuck in that square, dear. He's not paralyzed.
Fine. Sorry. I take how much?
Just 10.
Whatever. I don't care.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Jeez.
I don't even care.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah.
What else?
Very nice. Okay, so back up at the top, it is Morocon.
How is that guy still alive, dude? We pounded on him.
What square are you in now, Lavender?
I am in. Where's the
L13.
sister? L13. I'm in L13, which I
Yep.
definitely have track of
Okay.
because that's my job.
It's a paladin party. We're having a paladin party on one guy.
We're having a
and
good time over here. We don't need your help. We're fine.
He's and he's not going down after like, what did we do? We did like 70 points of damage to him, 60 something.
He like scratches Lavender. Just like, you're immobilized. What the
Try
heck,
harder.
man?
Okay, so while Morocon is trying not to retch, he breathes his dragon breath into the fire flower to boost my defenses. And then I'm going to...
Sorry, what does that look like? Are you just breathing on yourself?
So I've got these two... So I've ut these two gaudy...
These two. Look where his hands are.
got these...
No,
huge...
show me again where they are.
Tracks of
I've got
land.
I've got these huge tracts of land.
God, no, I'm loving being a girl in this game right now. So inclusive.
Oh my
Go on, guys.
gosh.
So
I've got
where?
these
They're
these
like-
two just brooches. One of them is a seashell and the other one is this fire flower. This is
Take a
Thelma
safety
and this
shell.
So he's like,
We have
This
got
is
to get him
Thelma.
some more old lady jewelry. He needs pearls.
and this is Louise. So yeah.
okay, so breeding has taken place. Now what?
Oh, perfect. All right. So that guy that Sister Faudever and Lavender have been just wrecking, I'm going to shift my focus to that one, and I'm going to do Sacred Shielding on that one. AC's 18, right?
Right.
Oh, perfect. Okay. 17
I
plus
swear if this
13.
guy
That's a
doesn't
definite
die.
hit.
If he doesn't go down with this one, I'm running. That's not
Good. So that is 27 points of damage. And Lavender and Sister Faudever get +2 to all your defenses.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take it.
I mean, I don't care. Whatever. I'm having a good time. It's fine.
I don't even care. I don't need it. Like, it's fine.
I'm a paladin.
Okay, it's not a phase, Mom.
All right, and you still have a move action. Oh, you take 5 points of damage from
I'll
the.
take it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because I've got that thing.
Yep.
Okay.
But you don't.
The good sisters got it.
What kind of damage is it, Ryan?
Oh, it's untyped.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it's on. Yeah. So, Morok, is it the smell? Is that what he's taking it from?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Morokon, your white shield around you, like it crackles as it absorbs the energy, And Lavender's Sister Fotiver throws up on your shoulder. She turns to you and goes, so sorry, dear.
I take another point of damage just from the smell of her vomit. Oh, it's dripping through my armor. Come on.
I'm so sorry, dear. I'll help you clean it later.
No.
Morgan's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it or I'll haul. Don't haul.
Hey, now it's the demons. Oh, you do end up finishing that guy off.
Oh,
So
thank heaven.
Oh, good.
That one in that square drop. So there's a
A dead
sickening splat. And you're left with a pile of sticky ichor. It's not difficult to rain because these things deflate just like a balloon, and you are just left with a sticky pile of goo. But it is the other. There are still 5 more friends, and boy, do they want to get involved here. So,
guys, I'm voting run. This is not fun.
Like, that one, we dropped like 3 dailies on him, and that's what it took to take him out. I'm starting to get nervous.
So one of them moves over into square M12, and so the one in M12 and the one in M13 are both going to attack Lavender with Savage Claws.
No, thank you.
So, a 2 and a 3, miss, and then the other one
Like I said, no, thank you.
A 5 and an 18. So hit miss.
Both miss.
So only the 18 is on the die. Sorry.
Oh, so how much is that in total? 22
30.
AC.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever.
It's 15 points of damage. So one of them is hit. You're just blocking these left and right, but one of them gets you and scratches right side of your face. You feel and you're thinking, oh man, he has not washed his hands, as it cuts into you, and you feel like some burning pain. And now there are 3 still on our friend Morocon, and none of them are marked. You guys didn't mark because you marked the one you killed.
One of them is stunned though from Gizik's rock.
One of them is dazed. Yep, he is dazed, not stunned. So sorry, still get some action here. So, what's your AC now with all of your fantastic adjustments?
24.
That's from your. Oh, you didn't boost yours. You boosted everybody else. Sister Pot of Air boosted yours. So
right.
24. So they need 12s.
Well, you just be careful with your 20s, sir. Okay.
There's a hit miss, miss, and miss. So one hit.
Very nice.
And no 20s. So you took 13 points of damage. So again, and you're like,
no, he doesn't. I take 5 of that. So you take 8 points of damage.
So Morocon, you're sitting there deflecting all of these things, and a couple of them were close enough, and then they just pound into that light that Sister Fod of Air has covered you with, and their claws just sort of rake against it, and it's almost like they're raking against glass or something. It just doesn't quite get to you, and so you're doing the whole MC Hammer dance of can't touch this, as one after another of these claws is right.
Ben, could you keep doing that like through your whole turn? I'd just like to watch that.
All right, Gizik.
They hit you.
What number of initiative are we at, by the way?
Gizik's 19, and then it's Aelin.
Yeah, feel free to unleash horrible magic, Aelin. Just feel free.
Some all. That's the kind of content I want.
To quickly just jump in here, I would assume that I can still use my warlock abilities, yes?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You hope.
Great, love that.
I wouldn't expect you to be able to channel divinity, but go ahead with that warlock stuff.
Why not?
I want to see her try it. I want to know what happens, but go ahead.
You don't know anything yet.
Nope.
All right. Well,
there we go. Go ahead,
Our
Mr.
party's really gone to hell.
Yeah.
You could say that. All right. I will step forward to J11. And I'm going to start just whispering something quietly, floats through the air, and all of the enemies in the room start to feel good. And now I'm going to roll attack rolls and see if that becomes very, very bad for them.
Are you counting the priest as an enemy or an ally?
He's just been attacking them so far, right?
Yeah. And they attacked him.
I will not be attacking him with this power. Just the
demons. Okay.
Just the many demons.
So you got five attacks, friend.
All right, I'll just move across the map left to right with these 5.
Ready? Is this versus will?
It is versus will.
Their will is 17.
All right, so number 1 is a 23, 27, 14, 23, 24.
All right, so just one miss. So you missed the one in square L15 and hit the rest of them.
Okay, so this will be... do I still have the extra D6 Radiant Fire?
You do indeed.
Yeah, it was just a 1. All right, so this will be... 15 damage. 14 of that is psychic. The other 1 is Radiant Fire. And all of the ones that I hit are prone. They are... That good feeling they had initially has built and become very acute, and now they're like just writhing in agony.
All right.
Oh, and the one I missed takes half of that damage, so he still gets 7.
7.
That's kind of fun to watch, I imagine, for the rest of us, because we're in melee with them, and all of a sudden they start twitching.
Yeah.
So,
There's this sort of they don't know what they're feeling. They know that they like it and hate it at the same time, and it's one of those things where you're like, oh, hold still, I think it's making the smell worse. It's pretty.
All right, well, all 5 of them have dropped to the ground. The 4 I hit need to save before they can stand up.
Okay, so prone.
ooh, they're prone. We get combat advantage.
Save and that's for.
Which one is not prone?
Yeah, which
They're
one's
all
not prone?
prone. They're all prone except right, Jeff. It's just number
Except
1.
for the priest, right?
1 can stand up.
Right, and the others need to save first.
To save first, yeah. Okay. Well, that was.
Oh, so they're on the
strange.
floor, writhing on the
They're
floor.
all on the floor, yeah. So.
Sister Foniver turns back to, and she goes, "Excellent, Mr. Gizik. That's exactly what I meant. Your dance spell is wonderful." And Lavender picks up her hammer and prepares to play whack-a-mole.
And the curtain is still drawn, and in walks Aelin, carrying a whip.
She likes
Lavender looks
everything's
around
in
to make sure that
slow-mo.
everyone else is seeing this too, and it's not just her.
She
What
like
square does
slow
she in?
walks in.
So
Yes, what square am I in?
you would be in H10 when you arrived.
Right. So she throws the curtain back and she's like, dun, 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 something like that.
Apparently,
So
you can't see the wings because they're hidden under the cloak.
Correct.
Good. So H10. Okay. And everyone else is sort of clustered around the middle
Yeah.
of the room. All right. Let's see. And can I hit any enemies with, say, a burst spell without hitting my allies? Is there a cluster of?
Yes. You
Perfect.
could hit those three on Morocon if you pop something right behind them.
Annalise, look on Facebook. I just sent you a picture of where everybody is.
Ah, perfect.
Including you.
That really helps. All right. And I'm in with within 10 squares. Yeah, it's within 10 squares. Can I send forth a Hunger of Hadar?
Sure.
See if that still works. And that's a daily, so. Going to send that forward towards the 3 demons at the back. Which I'm assuming they're next to Moroccan.
Mhm.
Sorry, Moroccan.
That's okay. He's not going to take the damage.
So I have to.
Well,
Okay.
you can aim it behind him so that it doesn't hit him at all. It's just a burst 1, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, I can do. I'll do that. That's much easier. And because that's just a daily, I can still use an action.
You have a minor, and you
minor.
have a minor action and a move action.
Mhm.
So you want to
Okay.
curse somebody with your warlock curse and do your extra damage?
I will do that. And then I'll move over to. Who's the P?
The priest.
Oh, the priest. Oh, and he's gone. I'll move over towards Sister Foliver and Lavender to give them some backup.
Getting into the thick of it, are we?
You made quite a mess of things already, didn't you? I leave for what, 5 minutes?
She looks back and she's like, "There you are."
I would say things have gone to hell, but
Well,
Well.
we're already here, so,
She blocks
alright.
a strike. She's like, "King." She's like, "King." She's like, "Don't you dare leave me alone with them again." Which is very strange coming from her.
Everybody's like, "What? You're back? Didn't even know you were gone. Everything's fine."
does Lavender look at me?
No, she just yells at just like everything's fine.
So
Mid vomit.
do you need to roll for your attack? Or
Yeah, so
roll
you
for
roll
damage
for-
or anything? Or
No,
Free
it doesn't
attack.
work that way.
No, not till.
Oh, okay.
Not till she sustains it, and then she gets to make a secondary. They're just going to
Gotcha.
take damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
so-
yeah, that's.
so
they
you
start their
summoned
turn
this-
in there.
This nasty darkness. Okay. And it's dark, right? Nothing can see through it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Blocks
Okay.
line of sight.
So, you cast this spell, and it appears to go off just fine, except that you hear a screeching from within the darkness that you know cannot be made by a dredge. It is a high, almost harpy-like screeching sound coming from within the darkness. And
Human?
nope, it definitely sounds inhuman.
Ha! She got
Elvin?
someone invisible.
Yeah, you could. Well, we'll see.
Can I make a check for that, or should I just?
Insight.
Yeah, make an insight check.
It's
Fine.
Hadar herself. She's come out.
It's a dark. Yeah.
She's like, "Stop calling on me."
I'm not hungry anymore.
I don't think I get anything extra to insight.
If you don't have the skill under your skills, it's an untrained skill, half your level, and
wisdom.
then so 3 plus your wisdom modifier.
So that I'm just dropping my dice. So 16 plus 3 plus 3.
22.
Not bad.
22.
Okay, so you the sound appears abyssal, as far as you think you think you hit another demon, and only because it's not just the screech, but you think you hear a bad word in abyssal, and you're like, well, but you also sense with that high of a roll, you sense that you get that same tingly sensation as when you use your wild magic, as if your spell has done something wrong. Or not necessarily wrong, just your spell has done something more than what you intended it to do. So, it would be...
Oh no, Aylin's spell did something more than she intended. It must be a Tuesday.
All right, so what's the damage? Because
it will be 2d10 necrotic.
all right, so go ahead and roll that on.
And plus my
your warlock
warlocks.
curse.
Yeah, that one.
You can do your warlock curse damage to one person.
But not.
Yes.
But you're not rolling damage to the demons yet, so this thing would not be cursed.
Okay.
You're
So
rolling
you
the
just-
damage against the creature. So.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's actually a thing? Oh no. I thought it was just like a flavor creature, like, oh,
Ooh,
it's dying. Oh, what do you
10
know?
plus. So that's going to be a 15.
All right. So 15
That
points of
happens at the
necrotic
beginning of
damage.
their turn.
Yep, beginning. So from the darkness
Excuse me.
comes a Vrock. Okay. It and it goes flying out, and you remember that there's always a chance when you use your wild magic that it could summon a demon. It's very remote, and at first you're like, I think I did that, and then you also, the other thing that crossed your mind is, well, it
I
could have
don't
been
have
it
wild
could have
magic.
been something like a much worse demon than what that was. We're talking
What's-
like, you know,
Is it possible, since I'm not sure I have wild magic anymore?
well, Vaughna's sure she knows what you have. So, your spell worked, but something else happened, and the Vrock uses flyby attack to fly, zooming right past everybody into squares 11 and 12, H and I, because he's a
Is it
large
hostile
creature.
to me as well?
Very hostile. And he's going to end his turn there and use his claw. So
Well, this has been a fun season. TBK, everyone.
I enjoy it.
26 points, or no, sorry, that's not a 26 points. 26 versus AC, Aelin.
Oh, against me? Okay, great. Love that.
Remember all your interrupts, Aelin. You have a buttload of them.
I do.
Yeah, you do. Your new power is an interrupt. You have multiple interrupts. You have Infernal Wrath. You've got
Okay. Yes, I'm going to take that. I'm going to use Price of Violence, please.
Okay.
So if the trigger is if it hits you or an ally, targets. It's a Fortitude save.
You make a Fortitude attack. Go ahead and make an
Okay.
attack roll using your clerical bonus.
I'm trying to see where it is on this new sheet.
It's right above all of your powers, your attack bonuses and your damage
Aha,
bonuses.
I see. That's going to be a 17 plus 9.
That hit his Fortitude?
26. It does. Yeah. So he is blinded.
Blinded until end of my next turn.
All right. So that was a reaction to his damage. So he hits you.
That's a clerical spell too. Does it work?
It does, but I have to roll something else.
Oh, great.
No more demons.
And
Let's
she
see.
summons a Baylor.
Okay, no, this is even better. Okay, okay.
The
So
Demons,
sinkhole
it's
opens
me.
up.
You
Welcome
go.
to the new level of hell.
here's what happened.
The tower collapses on us.
So he flies, does 20 points of damage to you with a claw attack, lands at your feet, and you throw out your hands and blind him. He's screeching in blindness, and your hair falls out, like all of it, just on the floor, bald
Oh.
as a baby. Okay.
Okay, Lavender now looks at Aelin. This is not.
But you still find me the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
She does. She does.
The baldest. Beautiful.
It's new.
But that whole Zariel look going on.
In fact,
Yeah.
I think at this point, Lavender believes that she is in a nightmare, scary Mormon hell dream. Equivalent.
A spooky Mormon hell dream.
Welcome.
from Vahara and Vorner themselves together, going, "You like my cleric? No,
There's that. Well, we'll see about that.
summon a
Hunchback.
demon."
Okay.
All right,
Ooh.
so it's the priest's turn, and he sees the rock fly out, and he's like, "Where do they keep coming from?" And he at first he looks at Aelin like another demon. He's sure, but then he sees the rock attacker, and you can tell he holds back. He's going to shift into square L10 away from that other demon. He doesn't want to be in the stinkiness.
When he shouts out, "Where are they coming from?" Sister Faudiver blocks another attack, looks at him and goes, "She's with us! That one's ours!"
Okay, so he is going to he looks over at those same three that are, or not the three, the area of darkness where he can hear those other demons, and you see him put his hands to his head like in concentration, and staring just past Morokhan, and let's see if he hits these friends. Oh yes, he hit all three of them. So he does 20 points of damage to the three in the darkness. And you hear, amid their screams of pleasure, you also hear screams of pain. And does anybody speak Abyssal?
I don't.
Say just Aelin.
Just the demon lover? Okay. So
I mean, I would assume I do.
Just that one.
Now.
Yeah, you're you hear them start to say, no, leave me alone. Whatever is going on in there, they it's pretty awful. The screaming out is also punctuated with a few like these moments. No, just back and forth. And if it weren't so like horrendous, the sounds might almost be amusing. Like they can't make up their mind, when someone's like laughing.
But this
and
isn't
crying.
like helping Lavender confirm that she's not dreaming, because it's so
No.
strange. Just like slowly being like,
Aelin will laugh at that and just yell back in Abyssal, "Yes, dance for me."
And now it would be Sister Faudiver.
Oh, geez. How's everybody feeling? I want to take quick stock of Lavender. What are you down?
I'm up to 34.
What
Ooh.
damage did I actually take from that?
20 points from the rock and your hair falling out. But that doesn't cause any
Yeah,
damage.
Yeah.
It causes shame, but
Morokhan, what are you down to?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Okay.
down to 50, but I'm doing okay.
All right, then I'm going to save my big boom heal for a little bit more desperate. I will use Righteous Smite. And do I heal myself or do I use Virtue?
Kill
I
yourself.
think she's going to... Well, I'm just going to take more damage if Morokhan gets hit, so I better heal myself. Okay, so she grabs her holy symbol and uses one of her lay on hands and shouts out, she is, "In the name of Bestera, I heal you," even though she's healing herself. And she heals a surge plus 11, which is 22, which brings me back up to full. So that she does that with her minor action. I'm going to have to... Oh, man, there's a freaking Vrock in the way.
don't shoot
With
the
my-
messenger.
With my move action, I will shift to engage the Vrock. I shift into square 12J.
Okay.
So that I can whack the Vrock. And I will use self-righteous smite. Okay.
He's blind, so you have combat advantage.
That's lovely. I will take that. What's his AC?
His AC is 27. So
Well, I got a
minus
19 on the die, so I'm pretty sure I'm good. Okay. So she holds up her sword and after she heals herself and she just kind of scoot boogies over, she shuffles over and does a quick hop step and takes up her sword and she says, "Take this, sinner!" And her sword blazes with holy light. And she does, that's not so great. 7 plus 6, so she only does 13 points of damage, but she explodes with holy light, and every ally gets 9 temporary hit points. So you all now have another golden shield around you, in addition to the white shield over you, Moralcon. So Moralcon, you're mixing colors now. Your aura's going crazy, bro.
Moralcon digs it.
But you know what? The Vrock is a problem, so I'm going to use my action point, and I am going to use Martyr's Retribution. So she takes the sword, and she swings the sword around and whacks herself on the bottom with it, punishing herself. And she and it sends like a white lightning shock through her. She's like, whack! Ah! And then her sword explodes with light.
Aelin is confused.
And I'm pretty sure I hit. That's a 25.
Lavender looks
AC.
disturbed. This is not where her dreams usually
How
go.
close is Sister Fatherbear to me now?
She is right next to you. She's right in front of you, Aelin. So she uses Martyr's Retribution.
It wouldn't have been entirely painful then.
Oh no! Did she enjoy it? That's not. Oh no, she's gonna have to repent of that. Okay. Oh, that's decent.
A DM's call on that one, but
okay. 18 plus 9, 27 plus 6, and she does 33 point. No, I forgot Moralcon's fire. She does 36 points of damage to the Vrock.
Oh wow!
And she says, "Take this, sinner!" And she strikes him with the sword, like it's multiple cuts. She's like, "Naughty, naughty, naughty!" and cuts into him like she's reprimanding him for not doing his homework.
So you do that, and as you hit him, he bleeds, and then you see this like it's as if his skin gets all goosebumpy, and then pops, and this cloud of spores goes spraying out in a burst. This is going to attack Aelin and Gizik and Sister Fatherbear and Moralcon.
Sorry.
So,
sorry, not sorry.
Against Aelin, that's a 33 versus will. Against Gizik, that's
that will hit.
A 21 versus will. Sister Fatherbear, a 21 versus will.
Miss. Thank you, Moralcon.
It's a miss for me.
You're welcome.
Reaction.
And Moralcon, that's 26 versus will.
Gosh dang it.
Sorry. This is a pretty awful thing that has joined the party.
What kind of damage is it?
Poison.
Ha! Ha! She's protected by chastity.
So 25 points of poison damage, half damage if you were missed. So 12 if you were missed.
I'm definitely bloodied.
So Ben, Moralcon only takes 20 because I take 5 of that.
Right.
And Gizik will take 12. Sister Fatherbear will take 12, and Aelin, or not? No, it is Aelin will take 25.
Yeah,
and
I'm bloodied.
Aelin and Moralcon, unfortunately, you guys are both dazed, save in, by this cloud of poisonous spores that the Vrock releases. Blame Sister Fatherbear, and she's the one who bloodied it.
Gone now, though?
Oh
Or
no,
is
he's
bloody?
just bloodied. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So Lavender, you're up.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go hit the rock. I roll an 18.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I'm doing
You are in melee with two.
Oh, I am.
Two dretches. So.
But
That's
they
okay,
can't see her.
Because they're in Hadar's hunger.
No,
Hunger
they're
Hadar.
They're
Nope.
They're the
There's-
3 that are on me, but there's 2
Oh, there's
engaged
2.
with
Right. Okay.
Lavender.
Yeah.
They're engaged. Okay, that's cool. I'll get married to them. I'll hit one of them then with an 18 plus 13.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. That's so good. Okay, and I'm doing Paladin's Judgment. So,
Ooh, beautiful power.
Aelin, you can spend a healing surge.
Oh,
That's an 8 plus 9 plus 3
20,
plus 4
24,
plus 7.
31.
That's
Lovely.
me. And then I will
Oh, did
And
you add
you just-
Moralcon's Holy Fire?
Yep.
And you just bloodied him, so he gets to take a swing on you.
Does he? That's
He does.
so nice of him.
24
sharing
versus
is
AC.
caring.
24 versus AC.
Oh, plus 2 because my turn hasn't come up yet.
Plus
You do have
2.
a plus-
No. Because I have plus 2 from
My sacred shielding.
Sacred Shield and plus 2 from Sister. And I have Staunching Armor. So can I use that as a minor action?
Yeah.
To give me
Staunching
On
plus
your
2?
turn?
Should
Armor.
give me 26? What is my
Well, you don't. The staunching armor will let you spend a surge.
Yeah, and it says plus 2. Property. Oh, against ongoing damage. Okay. All right. That's fine.
So did
quick
he hit ya?
question. Sorry, quick
Sorry,
question.
yeah, he
did
hits me.
everybody when they got hit by the rock remember the 9 temporary hit points I gave them?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay, just checking.
Okay.
I'm still bloodied.
Yeah, what's the damage?
Damage is 9.
Okay.
So
I
there
don't
goes
care.
your
I'm a paladin.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
I'm a tank.
you beat the snot out of him, and he comes across with a claw. Oh wait, just a
And-
minute. Guess what? He's on his tuchus. So he has a -2 to his attack. He did miss you. So you get those.
You
You just
don't
take those
hit me.
9 hit points back.
Because I'm a paladin. Boom.
Yeah, we
but I-
know.
Okay.
Thank you. I know you love it.
which
No, I
so
haven't
which one
had my
did you
minor
hit?
action yet.
He
The
hit-
one
she hit number 6, or excuse me, number 5. Oh, you don't know what number they are. The one in M13.
M13
Thank you.
I
Okay.
hit.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take a minor action.
Hmm?
And I am going to. Can I Valiant Strike? Is that minor action?
No,
That's the standard.
all of your powers are standard unless I've mentioned otherwise
You
on the
can-
sheet.
Your paladin's your divine challenge is a minor. To mark
Yeah. All
somebody.
right. I'll just challenge him. I will challenge the rock.
Okay.
Hit me.
What do you say to get his attention?
Hit me.
So-
It's so inventive.
But she means it. She really means it.
hit me.
I'm like looking over my shoulder. I'm like, hit me. I'm like looking at the sister. I'm like, you challenge too.
She's like, punch me in the stomach. Come on, punch me in the stomach. Like,
Go for it. I'm a paladin. I can take it.
Alrighty.
Because
So
at this point, she thinks she's in a dream, so she's like into it. It's fine.
that would take us back to the top of initiative, and but we're at 10:23 here.
One more round.
one more round.
You want to push through one more round?
We're all,
I'm fine
we're all
if
working
you're
from home, dude.
Okay. I'm
One
good,
more
I'm
round.
good. All right, Morocon, you're up. You're dazed, but you still get an action.
All right. Well, so the 3 in front of me are
In darkness,
in
can't see him.
darkness, so I can't see them.
The rock is
Right.
blinded too. Aelin blinded it with her cleric spell.
Okay. Well, I look behind me. What nature is the Vrock? Is he's a demon or is he a
He's a-
devil?
No, he's a demon.
He's a demon. Okay. Well, I will look behind me at the Vrock since I can actually see him, and I'm going to reach behind and grab my Tron disc, and I'm going to throw it at the Vrock.
Okay.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Against AC, I'm sorry. His AC is 27. You do
Oh,
have a
jeez.
+2 with combat advantage, but he
Okay.
is
Oh,
way
plus
out of
3
our-
because I'm bloodied as well, so it's still not going to matter. I'm going to miss him.
It's not. What's his AC?
27.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in light of that, I am going to I'm gonna throw healing word on myself as a minor action.
Except you're dazed.
Oh, I need to save.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I saved. Okay.
Okay. So you shake you like are spitting spores out of your mouth and shaking that off. Frustrated that you threw that at him and you heard it chink off of his armored skin, but not enough to actually penetrate and do any damage. Gizik.
Yeah.
Oh no, excuse me. It's the demon's turn. The Dretches. So let's roll some damage there, Aelin, because they are laying in the hunger of Hadar.
8. Oh, double 8s. 16. And one of them gets my Warlock's Curse, which is going to be
2d8.
Yeah. Eight. 2. 26.
26.
Necrotic.
That probably looks really cool. They're probably like, what are they still writhing in pleasure, Gizik, or no?
Have they saved?
They haven't saved yet. So yeah, they're totally enjoying this.
As the hunger of Hadar eats them in the darkness, like, oh, it's eating us, but we like it.
Well, they like it, like you like having your foot tickled with a feather. It might feel okay at first, but then it just hurts so bad and it has to stop. But it's not
never
stopping.
Never had my foot tickled with a feather, so I don't know. But tell us about that, Jeff.
I'm just using like a cartoon thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right, so that bloodies all of them, and so they're swinging wildly, but there's no one near them to. I mean, they're in darkness and they're prone. They're just like, it hurts, and I get this free attack, but I can't hit anything. So you just hear like weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth in there. Now they would like to. The one of them can stand up, and he is going to stand up and shift into square L14.
Which one? From where?
From L15.
Okay.
So he is the one that was able to stand up. The rest of them can't stand up until they make their save. So we're gonna see if they can make some saves. So we've got the other two both made their save. So for their next turn they can stand up. For this turn, they're still ending on the ground, which means if Aelin sustains this, they'll continue taking this wonderful necrotic damage. That would be the demons. Now it's Gizik's turn.
Okay, I will walk over next to the priest. So I'm strolling over to L10.
That's the square he's in.
I thought he was in. Did he move?
He shifted back one. Yep.
Saddle up, priest.
For a second time? All right. Maybe I'll go to L11 then.
Okay. That puts you in the aura of one of the dredges.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. All right.
Remind me what the aura does again?
You're going to take 2 points of damage whenever you take a standard action next to them.
Okay. Well, for my minor action, then I start chanting and I reach up and grab the vial around my neck, and just mist pours out from it and covers a burst 2 area around me. So that would be everything from J9 to N13.
Mm-hmm.
It's all shadow now. Meaning
Darkness, like
partial concealment, difficult terrain, but I can see clearly.
okay.
Oh, geez, what did you cast?
Shadow mist.
So I can't see now?
You're in shadow, and there's partial.
Which is a fancy way of saying I can't see now.
You're
but you
blind.
can step. You're just barely in the zone. You could step out of it, or I don't know. It's partial concealment. So are you concealed?
Yes.
Does that go both way? Like you can't see out of the mist too?
If you're next to the rock, you wouldn't. The rock doesn't have concealment against Sister Fought of Air, but Sister Fought of Air gains concealment against the rock.
Ooh, I'll take that.
So Sister Fought of Air, Aelin, and Lavender are in that aura.
Nope, just Sister Fought of Air as far as, and the priest and Gizik. Oh no, excuse me.
Yeah, Aelin, Sister Fought of Air, and Lavender. They're all within 2 squares of Gizik.
Yep.
Aelin's clear back in H10.
No,
No,
she's
she
not.
moved
She
up
moved
to
into
K12.
Oh, okay.
But thanks for the obscuring mist. It's very nice that it's very misty for allies. Thank you, missed us.
Okay. That's a minor action. You
Yep,
still have
that's a
standard.
minor action. So for the standard action, I am going to. We still have the Dretchen M12, right?
Right.
I'll attack that with Hag's Hunger. So 2 attacks. Which gives it a 31 and a 21 versus AC.
Both hits, and you take 2 points of damage.
All right. Let's see, and we still have the D6 for Marokon.
If you are within 5 squares of me, then you get it.
It adds up.
Okay, so then this will be... So 18, 28, 35, 38. That's 42 damage against the Dretchen M12.
Well, he's the last one to be bloodied, and so you are going to get a nice claw attack, which is a flat-out miss. So you claw him. He tries to swing back and just misses terribly, but you rip him up. All right, Gizik, it's now Aelin's turn. Aelin, you're dazed, but you still have an action.
Oh,
Baldy.
Does she sustain Hunger of Hadar, or does she cast another spell?
So I've just got an action, not a minor action.
Yep, just one action when you're dazed.
Okay. How were these demons? They were really bloodied, weren't they?
They were already bloodied before they took the damage from Hunger of Hadar the first time.
And the Vrock.
The rock also is bloodied because he did his spore burst. And his blindness from you will be over at the end of the turn, so you won't be blind.
All right. What can my whip do?
Oh boy. Great. We're in battle with like an army of demons. Now is definitely the time to find out what the mystery item does. I agree. Let it low. It's very Aelin.
Well, you can poison him if you want. You can make it so somebody can't attack you. You could give yourself temporary hit points.
You are also concealed.
Yeah, you'd have a +2 to defenses.
Partial concealment, better than nothing.
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to attack with my whip to poison the frog, please.
All right. So all you have to do is hit him with the weapon, and then if you hit him, you're gonna. Well, let's see what happens when you hit him. So you can hit him with the whip works as an implement and as a weapon. So you can use any of your implement powers or weapon powers to whack him.
So it's not a warlock attack technically.
It can be. Yep. It functions as a rod or a holy symbol.
I'm gonna use it as a warlock attack. That's pretty good. A 28 to hit.
That hits all of his defenses. What are you using?
So that was the warlock attack. So that was a +9.
Oh, is it a triggered thing? Like you use it with a power?
Yes. So
Oh.
you pick a power, and then you're gonna do this extra stuff.
Oh,
So you can pick any spell. I think it's purple on your character sheet.
I mean, it's not as cool as a paladin power, but
shared agony, please.
All right. So deal your damage for that one.
Oh, I don't get to use the D12 much. 11, 8 plus 7. So that's 19.
7, 28.
28. Okay.
And
you take. So here's what happens. This intoxicating poison, as you hit him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The shared agony, I don't take any damage unless I miss.
Yes, but from using the intoxicating poison, you do take 10 points of psychic damage as you moan in pleasure. It feels so good to hit him, but you get to cause him to do take 6 die damage.
Oh!
Or you can cause him to be dominated until the end of your next turn. So you can either dominate him or poison.
I'm going to dominate him, please.
Okay. So you get to choose his actions on his turn, which lo and behold is right now, but you do take 10 points of damage because it just feels so painfully good to hurt.
Does she cry out, Moth, in ecstasy as she whips him?
Should we have put like a parental guidance warning on this
episode? This is definitely a PG-13 episode.
She cries out in abyssal. So, something along the lines of, yes, bleed.
Alrighty. So it is. So you got to save against your days.
Oh, okay. Fortitude for that, or will, or
just to save, just to die 20, 10 or higher.
Oh, it's a 14.
Okay, so you're no longer dazed. The whip is also a +3 item, so it's a +3 to attack and damage. So you might have done more damage.
I factored it in already.
Oh, you factored it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I figured she'd take the deal and take the whip. So
when do I meet my parents?
Your dad was a gnome. He gives you a miner's pick.
6-foot gnome. Became a paladin.
You're adopted.
Are you a full elf?
True.
Or are you only a half elf? Because if you are, you could.
No, she's a full elf.
Okay.
And she is adopted. I'm down for that.
It's a gnome on stilts.
It's
just very confused.
Her dad is a gnome on stilts.
Aylin's going to gesture her hand up to control the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And send him down towards these. Was it just these 3 left?
There are 2 on Lavender, and then
who
3 on Morocon.
Not bloodied, or
everybody's bloodied. Yep,
they're all bloody
mess.
I'm gonna go save Lavender.
I'm fine.
Alrighty, so
save Lavender.
Do you want him to do like his flyby attack?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the Vrock looks down at Aelin, and then looks over at the dretches on the other side, and takes off, flies across this domed area. He's going to land in squares M and N, 14 and 15, and he's going to attack the one in square M13 with his attack. And I will let you roll his attack. So go ahead and roll the die 20. He's your minion right now.
Will I let you add the...
It's plus 18 to attack.
Jesus. Okay. 14.
Hunger of Hadar is now deactivated, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay because we got a Vrock
Okay.
out of it.
All right, so
I'm
roll
calling it
3
good.
die. Roll 3 die 8 plus 10 is the damage it does.
2, 7. Yep. 8.
17. So 27. All right. So the Vrock goes over and goes like reaches down with its claws and just goes and just snaps the dretch almost in half, and he just dissolves into that blubbery liquid, killing the Vrock, killing the dretch that was in M13. And he looks not quite himself, but there's still this sort of savage grin on his face. And the priest actually looks at that and kind of nods, and then looks back at the Vrock like, "But you're still a demon." And it would be his turn. So the priest.
I would advise you to concentrate on the current dretch situation before we dispatch of this temporary ally.
All right. The priest is going to take a step toward the dretch. He is going to move to M11. He steps into that aura, and he reaches out a hand and tries to touch the dretch on the head, which he does, and he does 30 points of psychic damage, killing the dretch. So again, the similar kind of thing, only this one, it's just its head sort of implodes. So it doesn't gush everywhere. It just kind of gushes in on itself. He squishes into black demonic ichor. And then it would be Sister Faudever. There are 3 left. 2 are still prone on the ground in front of Morocon. 1 is standing up between Morocon and Lavin.
All right, so Aelin unleashes her unholy magic, and the Vrock flies over our heads in the tower, right, or in this chapel.
Huh?
Okay, it flies away, and as it flies away, she picks up her sword and she goes, "No, that was my demon!" As it flies away from her. And then the priest, he explodes one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Vrock.
All right.
Is
I
the
forgot
Vrock
to
bloodied?
mention. Yes, I forgot to mention one thing. So at the end of your turn, Aelin, you regain all of your expended encounter and daily power. So you feel like this surge of energy, of chaos energy, come back in, and all of your powers come back.
I think I understand what's happening.
What the heck, man?
Jeez, it must
is
be
there a
difficult
visual-
to be a favorite.
Is there a visual effect to
magic.
this?
So the visual on this is.
Does this happen when we always meet our dads? Because I want to meet my dad now.
That's what I'm saying.
Your
Lavender
dad,
has no daddy issues. Like, let's go right on into it.
Right, me
Her
neither.
hair did fall out. Her hair did fall out. I mean, I'm not saying, and she did summon a Vrock, but you know.
It's okay. Morocon doesn't have any hair.
His scales all
Lavender
fall
with
off.
the great bold.
He looks like a rat. You look like a lizard without any scales. So no, it as your turn ends, you send this Vrock with your spell. It's the just energy seems to swirl around you, and yes, to those around Aelin, you feel sort of your hair stand on end. I mean, like you can, Sister Faudever, you're close enough. You actually feel tucked in your habit. You feel your hair start to like lift the back of your habit, almost like you're just electrified, standing this close to Aelin.
Okay.
So it is Sister Faudever's turn.
Okay, well, everybody is bloodied, and that triggers my pacifist healer feat. So if I attack any of them right now, they will. I'll be stunned, because that's the price I pay for the enormous amount of healing that I do. How hurt is everybody? Lav, what are you down to?
I have 44 hit points. I'm
Okay,
fine.
Morocon, what are you down to?
With or without the temporary hit points?
Without.
Without, I'm bloodied.
Okay, and Gizik, you haven't been hit yet, right? Or have you?
I've
Yeah,
been
you
hurt
have.
a little.
What are you down
Well,
to?
I was missed, but it was a daily, so I still took half.
It's got a paper cut.
I'm at 31 out of 56 overall.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot the moon here. She will use Healer's Mercy, because that's the most effective thing I can do given where I am. So she takes her holy symbol and she takes her greatsword and she raises it up into the air and shouts out, Our Lady of Healing, grant me the power of the seven marchers, Saint Bridget, Saint Charlotte, Saint Remarthius, Saint Donna Kate. And that's all 4 of you. And every
On
time she
Donner,
does it,
on Prancer, on
exactly. And you all gain a healing surge plus 9 hit points back.
Ooh.
Every time she shouts out the name of a saint, you get blasted by a white ray of light from her sword. And I'm also going to use my minor action to
This is
divine
so much
challenge
math.
the one in 15K. And I'm going to take a move action and wind up in 13N. So how's everybody feeling now?
Almost back up to full.
Great, yeah.
Right as rain.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm thinking we may need those hit points when the Vrock loses control and begins to kill us all.
Well, it's Lavender's turn.
Okay, well, Lavender is having one heck of a day.
You've got
it's
a baddie
time.
right next to you.
I do. So I stop and I think about it, and I'm like, who am I gonna hit? Like, this is difficult. I don't know. And I'm gonna do the Crescent Moon encounter power because I have so many of them. Why not? 2d10 plus 7, and they're subject to divine sanction.
I love that because she chucks her hammer when she does that.
Yeah. And it's 2 10s. 20 plus 3 damage.
Do you have to roll to hit, or does it just hit?
Oh, sorry. I rolled an
Yeah.
8. I presume that hit.
A what?
Plus
An 8
plus what?
plus 13.
Is a 21 against reflex is a hit.
Yeah. So 23 plus 7.
Plus, it's still a weapon attack, so Moralcon's fire.
Yeah, I added my 6 on.
Beautiful.
30 points of damage. Do you want to hit the one right next to you?
Yep.
Okay. So so you step back and chuck that hammer, and as it returns to you like boomerang, comes back and just splats this thing, and you catch it and leave a nice pile
It's a
of
Thor
ichor.
moment. My hair
It's
is
a
like,
Thor. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Paladins, man.
You
Okay.
paladins.
And I will divine challenge the rock.
Okay. So you challenge the Vrock. Now, okay, a strange thing happens. Well, I don't know how strange
Yeah.
it is, given where we are. You hear a rattling sound come bursting down the stairs, and there is a I don't think he's large. Let me just double check. No, he's a medium creature. It is something very similar to what you've seen before back when we weren't in hell, a chain devil.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
And the chain devil comes rushing past those 2 dretches, and he uses his spike chain against those 2 dretches there. One for each.
Blood War. Blood war.
Okay, and
Yeah, this may as well happen.
A no good, very bad, not great day.
Adult life is already so damn weird. This may as well happen.
so he kills the one in K15, and severely wounds the one in J15, and he ends his turn in J16. So there is a chain devil down there who has just smacked the snot out of all these guys. And he looks over, and you see him kind of looking past everybody. You can tell he's making eye contact with the priest, and you notice the priest give him a nod. And
a nod,
just a nod, like it's like a,
Oh, cool.
congratulatory nod.
Wait, like an upward nod or a downward nod?
A downward nod, like.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. He acknowledges. All right.
It's
not like a
Can't kill
sub.
this one.
Okay,
It's
so
a mutual enemy.
All right. So
yeah.
the priest has, you've seen nothing but venom and hatred towards these demons. He has what the look on his face towards the devil is respect. It's not like he likes him or it's not, there's no affection there. It's just respect.
Oh, cool. So he's not dating the devil. He's just friends with him.
He's not dating him, no. At least not that he's going to share openly.
Oh, like
right.
You'd know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they've been talking about it, but like nothing definite yet. Like it's like.
So the demon that Lavender hit, he's still standing?
Nope. There's only the Vrock left and one demon in J15.
Okay. So he killed him. She killed him. Okay.
Yep. You're close. You guys want to knock this off?
I'd like to, but I think
I'm happy to knock it off. If no one else will.
How you doing, Ben and Jeff?
Go ahead and type something into the chat if you do not want to. It's fine if people have to get up for work. We want to be respectful of everybody's time. I don't see anything in chat, but you could be typing. So
Morocon, you're up.
Okay, well, this is strange in a way that does not please Morocons, but he's got this jabroni that's right next to him, and he doesn't particularly care for devils, but there's a demon to deal with, so let's take this demon out. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to 5 storms this guy.
Okay.
Which is a 21 versus reflex.
Hit.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's 20 damage.
20 damage. That's exactly what he had left. Yeah. So you
good.
splatter your hands, go right through his bulbous rubbery skin and reduce him to goo. The one now it would be their turn. They are all gone. So it is the Gizik. The Vrock is the only demon left in the room.
There's a devil.
And there's a devil.
And apparently a priest that's in cahoots.
And Aelin.
All right.
She's here.
Hey.
I'm just pointing it out. I'm not saying.
So where's the Vrock at again?
The Vrock is in squares M and N, 14 and 15.
He's the big guy. All right.
Yep.
Three squares away from you.
Well, first I'm going to sustain this Mist of Shadow I'm in. And then I think I'm going to move up next to the Vrock. So I'm in M13, and I'll attack it with Hag's Hunger.
Alrighty.
28 and 26.
Hit miss. He's got a 27 AC.
Oh. Wait a minute. Does he get anything for being near anyone? We've got so many floating bonuses going on right now.
I'll say Gizik has concealment, doesn't he, if he maintains that mist?
He does, but that doesn't help him hit better. It just helps him not get hit as much.
It helps me feel safer getting up close to this big guy.
Yeah.
All right. So that will be a 17 damage. So I walk up to this huge demon and just start ripping into it from the mist of darkness. Can't see anything except for these just large claws just whipping out and striking at him.
And he bats one aside, but the other one gets through and rips him up. All right, Aelin.
I still have a rock.
He's not dominated.
Oh boy. Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Whip out my whip again.
But he is bloodied.
Yep.
Let's go for another smack. I've got all my powers back as well, haven't I?
All of them. Yep.
Oh my god.
Is it just the rock left?
Just the Brock.
Okay, that makes it easy.
And a priest and a devil.
I am going to attack with my whip to eye bite.
Are you going to curse him first?
Yes, I will do that.
So minor action curse, standard action eye bite. Get him. Big
All right.
money.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh.
So 29 all up.
Yep. And back that baby up.
You want me? So I roll again?
Yep. His will is 23, so you can hit again. Then it
Kill the rock. Kill the rock.
17 that time, which is
More than enough.
26.
More than enough.
Yeah.
So roll the die 6.
All right, let's have a die 6. Let's have an instant kill.
Big money, big money.
Big money.
4.
No, but it's max damage. And guess what? This whip on a critical. On a critical,
I should not bother.
Well, this whip is going to do, so it's max damage plus 3 die 10, and you grant combat advantage till the end of your next turn. So you grant combat advantage as you are so enthralled with what you've done for yourself, but you get to roll, so it's max damage plus your curse plus 3 die 10. Let's see if you can kill him anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
So 3 die 10 plus 2 die 8 plus whatever eye bite does maxed.
So 30 plus 16.
You don't maximize the die 10s or the die 8s, just the spell itself.
So eye bite, look at the damage for eye bite, which is whatever.
1d8 plus 7.
Okay, so that's 15 points of damage. Now roll 3 die 10 and 2 die 8.
1 and 6 for the d8s. Oh, that was a d6.
2 die 8.
5 plus 3, so 8. That's exactly the same.
All right, 3 die 10.
2 die 10.
I'm keeping track, but all FYI.
7, 6, 10.
Okay, so we got 13. 23 plus 8 is 31 plus 15. Is it dead?
31 plus 15.
46.
It is indeed dead. So
that is the ugliest glare any warlock ever. She's like, what does that look like, Aelin, as your look blows him up?
She's doing that thing where her eyes become pools of swirling darkness again, and he just feels utter despair and just falls out of the sky, almost out of despondency and lack of will to live.
And that you did that right over Lavender and Gizik's shoulders too. So in my head canon, like the air like explodes or crackles between the two of them as it seizes and dies.
Okay, as you as you blow him up,
Oh God, what now?
well, yeah, that's the strange thing here is you need to roll an attack roll on yourself against your fortitude, just with the same bonus versus fortitude.
Okay, so the bonus of the eye bite.
Your warlock attack bonus.
Okay. Against fortitude.
Against your own fortitude. Congrats.
Not big money, please.
Not big money.
Well, that was a natural 2.
Okay.
Plus
So
9
it would be a miss. So
Yeah.
briefly, you so you're gonna take 8 points of damage. That's on the miss, and you're kind of left in this daze. Briefly, you see Aylin's form start to shrink down and get a little bit furry, like ears start to pop up, like she's about to change herself into some sort of rabbit, and then she fights it off, but it leaves her kind of like staggered for a moment. And once again, you feel that
is Aylin a furry now?
No, she almost was. She pulls it off. So
okay, so first all her hair falls out, and then she's nothing but hair briefly. All right, so you're having some kind of a fit, and Sister Fadavera goes, she grabs her holy symbol and goes, "Oh, are you possessed?"
Lavender pulls out the holly fint
and
just takes a deep breath.
I thought I had the holy fint.
Big fight.
But I have the holy fint stone still.
You had to leave it with
I've been huffing it.
Yeah.
I've got an addiction now. It's I'm far gone.
Why would I leave it with any of you?
Well, because you were going to find a demon. You didn't want the demon to end up with the remnant of a celestial creature.
And I have definitely used it wisely.
Poorly.
You made a great choice.
Does Morocon try to grab it and take a hit of the holy one?
No, I'm very subtle about it. I'm like, nobody needs. I will roll a sleight of hand check. That's any 11 plus sleight of hand, which I'm not that great at, so it's like a 15.
So my passive perception is 11, so I think you got away with it.
Well, Gizik saw it.
Gizik saw her huffing the holy font. Okay.
Gizik's like, this team is too much.
This is the thanks I get for coming back to save you all from.
All right, Sister Fadavera reaches out to heal you when you're having this fit. Like she reaches out like she's gonna heal you and takes her holy symbol, and then the hair like falls out again, and you're just bald Aylin. And then she goes, "Do you need healing? Are you well, sister?"
Well, I got a little bit bruised in that fight, but apart from that, I'm seemingly fine.
Well, what happened to you? I mean, we're used to strange things happening when you use your magic, but for goodness sake, you've never your hair. I mean, it's very attractive, I'm sure.
Just a little chaos, sister.
Oh yeah. Where have you been? She immediately shifts right back into scolding you. And from out of nowhere, she produces a ruler in her hand.
The priest interrupts. He's like, "Excuse me, I need to let you know."
Oh, I'll deal with you in just a minute. And she gives him the one finger like this. And she says, "Do you have any idea what's happened while you were gone under Mr. Gizik's inspired leadership? They made a deal with the Cambion."
Oh, who did?
No.
Who was it? It was Lavender, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Lavender did.
And she points to your BFF here made a deal with the Cambion. I told them not to.
We got here safely. It's not that big a deal.
Lavender won't meet Aylin's eyes.
Hey,
I am shocked.
She looks at Lavender, and Sister Fadavera says, "Aylin would never make a deal with a fiend." You wouldn't, would you?
Good for Aylin.
Oh no, sister. I was just going making a deal with a demon. I'm joking.
Make a bluff check, please.
Oh, I do have plus 11 to that. Amazing. Okay, I needed that. 22.
Yeah, she totally buys it. She's like, "Oh, of course, your humor."
Yes, please find a sense of one, sister.
Yes. She says, well, I just don't think it's funny. It's been nothing but chaos since you left.
No, I was just... If you really need to know, I was just having some quite bad back spasms and I needed to take a moment to recover.
Back spaz? What happened to your back?
Why didn't you tell me? She goes digging through her healer's kit for a muscle relaxer.
And you got a whip from it? That's
The
new.
whip is what you're looking at? Why are you looking at her whip?
It's kind of hard to miss.
I mean, I don't care
Well,
what she carries.
It didn't miss at all, so...
Exactly.
But I think perhaps the wild magic's had a bit of an effect on me. It's been happening ever since my back spasms. So...
Do you put your back into your magic?
Don't you? Doesn't everybody?
You should use your knees when you do
Cast with your knees.
Cast with your knees, friend.
When casting, bend with the knees.
Bend at the knees when cast. All right, by the way, we're all having this little discussion here. What's that priest doing that I stuck my finger in the face of?
He just is crossing his arms, waiting. He's tapping his foot.
Yes, well, Aelin, I really appreciate you coming back.
And
it's nice having you
saving
back.
your life.
Oh, I'm sure we would have been fine, dear. Here, pop this, chew this. And she pulls out some leaf that looks like it's been covered in some kind of slime or whatever. It's a muscle relaxer. It'll help your back.
Why do you put it in her mouth so it helps her back?
You chew on it, dear. It has stimulants. Never mind.
Why do you want to stimulate her back if it's spasming? It's already stimulated.
Well, no, it's not that kind of it. Never mind.
What?
If your back is hurting, just chew on this.
So Morocon looks over at the priest. Are you the Duke, by chance?
I'm pretty sure a Duke can't be a priest.
Why not?
He says, I am Gideon Lightword. And those of you who remember the ghasts that were feeding were praising Gideon Lightword. So he says, I am Gideon Lightword. I'm the priest of this place, and I'm tired of these shenanigans. What business do you have here attracting demons? I appreciate your help and all with these horrid creatures.
Excuse me, Gideon. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you do realize we're in the first layer of hell, don't you?
Oh, yes, yes.
Attracting demons, I do believe that there is a war happening.
Yes. It is a very noble cause, is it not? Yes. Anyway, are you with the other humans who pass through here? Looks like only one of you is human. It's a strange group of people you travel with. Are you with the others?
Aventur's like, wait, which one of us is human?
What did the others look like?
Sister Fotivaire is the only human, by the way.
And she's not even
human.
She's not even really human. She has celestial blood, although you can't always tell.
He says, the soldier men, the other humans, a group of armed humans entered the ossuary level earlier. Is that all? I really should get back to my scribing. Yes.
What are you scribing, dear? And really, you're scribing now while people are dying in the streets of your ruined city? Is that the best use of your time?
He says, it is indeed, madam.
Sister Fotivaire, priestess of Bestera. And she nods. We're members of the divine.
I would be interested to know more about these humans that went down to, what did you say it was, the ossuary?
Yes. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention. They weren't that demons, so don't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me. The chain devil in the corner. The chain devil in the corner is just kind of leaning casually against the wall, like he just Doesn't seem to pay attention.
For a moment, Aylin's going to walk over to the chain devil for a moment. Good sir, might you be of more assistance to us than your comrade here?
Shouldn't we be killing him?
He says, I doubt it. What is it you need assistance with?
What is it that we need assistance with again? I quite forgot why we're here. Well, right here.
We're trying to
That is-
find the Duke. Duke
We are searching for the Duke, yes.
Duke Crowshield
Of-
or something.
Of Baldur's
Ravengard.
Gate?
Ravengard, Crowshield, whatever.
He says, I don't know. Perhaps he's upstairs. That's where the humans went.
You seem rather despondent. I thought that you would quite be enjoying, Avernus being dragging the material plane down into the hells.
He says, I'm plenty amused. It is interesting to see how you handle yourself. Sometimes the whack and bash of the demons and devils gets a little mundane, but this was a spicy fight.
Just enjoying the entertainment then.
Take my kicks while I can.
And what of your friend here? Do you just enjoy seeing him suffer? Is that it, or?
Gideon?
Aye.
Gideon, we have an arrangement. Not that that's any of anybody else's business.
Well, he wouldn't be the first person to make a deal with the devil here. And she looks at Lavender.
Well, Gideon,
Lavender chucks the Holophant away.
Excuse me.
Gideon, it could be my business. And she'll turn back around to address him. I would very much like to know what exactly your arrangement is.
He says, the devils are all that stands between the mortal world and the flood of demons that would enter our world through Avernus.
And how are the demons any worse than the devils?
The demons are bent on total destruction and annihilation. You saw them. If you've seen one demon, you've seen them all. They attack indiscriminately. They destroy. They consume. Devils have order.
Just
They are
because you're
more
signing
similar
a
to us.
contract on your destruction doesn't make it any less destructive.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
He says, do I look destroyed to you?
Not yet, but maybe in 100 years when I see your soul flayed and raised upon the battlefield here. Perhaps then we'll see.
Perhaps.
Can Morokon make an insight check to see if the priest or this chain devil or anything is nefarious is about to happen? Like, we're going to be rolling initiative in just a second.
Sure. You can read their body language. Sure.
That's 14. I'm not going to see much, I think.
No, the priest looks mildly irritated that he can't go back to his scribing, and the chain devil looks about as relaxed as I've ever seen somebody. The only way he could be more relaxed is if he had a lazy boy.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored at all.
Well, thank you for your enlightenments, Sir Gideon. And she's just going to very quickly lean in and give him a little peck on the cheek.
The priest?
Yes.
Lavender is watching.
Oh!
And the priest is like, he kind of turns and looks at you quizzically, and he wipes it off and then goes back to writing.
Oh.
Not in a smug way, just in a completely disinterested way.
Can we tell if he is undead? Now that everything's calmed down, can we make like knowledge checks of some kind?
Yeah, you sure can.
Oh,
Oh.
natural 20.
Nice.
I only got a 16 on religions.
You can tell he's undead, and you can tell, so you can all pretty much tell he's undead. I mean, it's fairly clear, especially talking face to face. Then you can see that his skin has paled and is more gray than brown. And as far as specific, like a specific type of undead, he doesn't seem to, he's definitely not a vampire of any sort. But he has definitely not living anymore.
Sister Fadaver runs over to Morocon, but she tries to do it like surreptitiously, so she's like, and she leans over to Morocon and she goes, "He's dead," and she pushes Morocon at him and goes like,
"Let's see if he picks up on that." Oh, he does. He hears you. Because he has a plus 12 to perception and rolled a 19. So
well,
he's like,
that's a shame. I rolled such a high stealth check, but she's not trained at all.
He says, "Does that trouble you?
Not in
You're in hell.
fellow.
You're as good as dead anyway. What does it matter whether the flesh lives or dies? We're all in the same place. And as we have already viewed perfectly, we are of one mind when it comes to how to deal with demons. Good day."
We seek the Duke, and he had a very fancy-looking helmet. Do you have any information at all regarding that?
No, dear, he didn't have it. He was looking for it.
The priest.
The Duke was looking for it? I thought the Duke had it.
No, he came looking for it.
Mm-hmm. That it was supposed to be in this chapel. The priest completely ignores you. The devil says, "I heard some noises down up in the ossuary, but that's going to be your best bet."
Do you know anything about a fancy helmet?
I can't say that I do, but I haven't explored this entire place. And such a trinket wouldn't interest me. But I tell you what, I'll go look around for him.
I'm not making a deal with you.
And on that note, we should probably end. We have everybody way up past their bedtime. We're a half an hour plus over.
Yes. So you cut him off, and we will stop there. We like to end with a little consider this moment, and I would like to share a thought on this tonight. There's a quote that I read that said, "Everyone needs time to meditate and contemplate. We are often so busy and the world is so loud that it is difficult to hear the heavenly words, 'Be still and know that I am God.'" And this was said in connection to the kind of this looking at this situation we're all in, being quarantined and cut off from people, as an opportunity to ponder our place in the universe and our connection with divine and with those that we love. And I think that, at least for me, and as I've looked at it with my children, it's spending so much time together. On the one hand, you would think would make everybody kind of crazy, you get cabin fever, and there have been moments of that, but overall, it really has given us a chance to just reconnect with each other in a meaningful way, and also a chance to just stop and be like, you know what, we don't have to do anything. Like, there's nothing pressing. There's no activity we have to rush off to or get done or carpool or any of that kind of thing. It is just time to be with each other. So if we want to, like, we watched a movie. Last night we watched a movie, and during the ending credits, my 3-year-old started to get up and dance. So we just danced for a little while, and not anything that we would want, I'd want to be putting out there on a video, but the whole family, all 8 of us just dancing, just kind of this fun little moment that, because we weren't in a hurry to, oh, well, it's a school night, everybody get back, hurry and get to bed and do this kind of thing. We just took our time to do that kind of thing. So I think it's important to, when everything's closed off and we're feeling cut off, to connect with the people we love, and also take some time to reflect on our own life and our connection with God. That's my thought. Anybody have anything to add to that?
My sister said something really cool on Sunday that stuck in my head. Actually, I organized a church service just between my family members, and that's kind of a big deal. My family doesn't get along. There's a lot of contention in my family. There are a lot of very strong personalities, not just the ginger, and tempers flare, and I mean, we get situations on a regular basis where people don't talk for 6 months because they get mad, or they don't talk for a year. I mean, that happens on a regular basis in my family. But we had, took the opportunity to organize a church service just between us, and my sister and my mom shared kind of a little sermon, and we sang a hymn together, and it was kind of cool, and some good things came out of that. But my sister said something along those lines that really stuck. She said there are times when she can't hear the Holy Ghost, she can't hear God, whatever you call it, inspiration, because she's not still enough. And I asked her to explain what she meant by that. And she said she is so busy all the time that she doesn't stop to have those reflection moments and to think and to just be still. And so this is an opportunity, maybe for us to do that. Wherever you get your inspiration from, to maybe be still and do a little reflecting. So not a bad idea.
I think my addition to all of this is to spare a thought for those who are still working, or even working more than they would normally during this time. So healthcare workers, public servants, but even people who have not been given a choice, such as myself, and are still having to work. Just spare a thought and spare kindness for them. And as always, just be kind, show compassion, show empathy, be a good person.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us. We will see you with this stream in 2 weeks, and join us with our Sword Hunters stream on a week from tonight on Monday. We'll see you. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
See you guys.